backdrop and everything. Now, there might not be a lot of things you might understand around the optimizer part of it, because we haven't yet covered the optimizer and the backdrop part of it. That's something which we will do it, but here we also need to train the model, and we will also be looking into number of parameters, model complexities, all of these things. So we'll be getting started with it. Now, all of this is going to be on Python, and it will be using PyTorch as library. In yesterday's announcement, it was already provided. The links were already provided to you. So what is the Python version, which is Anaconda, which is to be used, and what is the version of PyTorch, which you need to use as well. So I hope everybody has it installed. If there are any queries around it, or you are not able to do it, then you can ask it before we get started. So I just wanted to ensure that everybody is on the same line, and then we will be sharing with you some Python notebooks from where you can start operating, and there will be a code demo. And beyond that, we will break into breakout rooms, and within the breakout rooms, essentially you will have one TA every breakout room, and there will be a couple of you. So we'll give out a standard list of like what extra changes or new things we want you to try out on them, and then you can try them out, and then we will sit and verify through it. So I just need to confirm, is there anybody in the class who has not been able to install the prerequisites and is facing some problem with it?
Sir, can we use Google Colab?
You can use, but my general advice is not to use it, since there are two things. One is, if all the 300 people in the class suddenly push to using Google Colab, none of you will get down slot. I mean, other than some 20-30 people, nobody else will be able to run it. Everybody will just be in a parked mode. So that way your assignments will not get completed. And similarly will be the case when you are actually running it for your use case also, you will not be able to complete it. And the codes which we are giving, they are pretty lightweight. I mean, all of these codes actually run even on Intel Core i3 processors with 2 GB of RAM. It's not that it won't run over here, and you don't even need a keyboard.
Actually, sir, I was not able to install Anaconda because like there is a space in my source path, and I was not able to change it. So that was why I was facing that problem.
There is no space in your source drive, so you can actually move it to a different location and install on a different location.
No, like in the path I have a space, and there should be no space. Space bar I am talking about.
Array, that file name, rename it. Rename that file and install it.
Sir, but it is like my PC name, so that's why I was not able to change it.
Put it within double inverted commas.
Okay, sir. Like I will try that later. Like I was.
If you have a space in a path, you're just supposed to put it in double inverted commas, like the whole path in double inverted commas, and then done.
Yeah, I know that, but sir, in the installation, like where they choose the path, there is no place to insert that. Like.
You're telling me something which is sort of like still not so digestible, given I mean, most of the PCs I use also have spaces in the names. I never had a problem in installing it. Can somebody help him out with that? Does somebody have a similar scenario? I did not install recently, but at least a couple of years back when I used to do a lot of aggressive coding, I never encountered that.
Sir, we will be using Jupyter Lab for, Jupyter Lab in Anaconda, right? Like for writing the codes, like or else we'll be doing something, something else in Anaconda. We'll be using Jupyter Lab or Jupyter Notebook, right?
Jupyter Notebook.
Okay. Okay. Actually, like I have, for the, I'm using my Mac, so it's actually PyTorch is not compatible for that. So I downloaded.
Who said you need to just install Homebrew and then you can install?
Yes, sir. I mean, I have tried, but I have downloaded only the PyTorch version of 1.1, I guess. No, not able to update, download the latest version 1.7 and 8. So I downloaded the previous version. So like I guess
1.1 should also be okay. That also works out. Anything above version 1 is okay. There was some optimization. All the functions are okay. It's just the optimization is different in each of them. The code implementation strategy is different across those like sub versions over there.
Okay, like it's not a problem of doing like downloading the past versions, right?
See, what you are going to implement in class, you will not need any of those advanced functions.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, should we start?
Abhishek, yeah. So most of them confirmed that they have the things installed on it.
Just 2 minutes. I will start in 2.
Sir, how about Kaggle, sir? Can we use Kaggle? I mean, does it have the same geolocation issue?
See, at the end of the day, you will still be putting it down to a virtual machine, which will use a hypervisor for all of those allocations. And when so many requests come down, there is no guarantee that you will get a machine. And it's a free service. So free services are like you are the last priority on a free service. You can run it on your local machines. What's the big deal? Why do you want to spend virtual?
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
If you didn't have a GPU, it's fine then.
You don't need a GPU. That's what I said.
Okay.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, actually, sorry, I joined some 10 minutes late. What I should do actually, I missed some portion of your initial talk.
There were instructions on installing the basic software, which was provided on the Teams chat yesterday. Have you done it?
Yes, sir, that's done.
Okay, that's it. That's what I was verifying.
Okay, sir, it's already installed. Yes.
Okay, so I mean, I'm done with my part of the speaking. The TAs will take over for the class.
Sure,
So
sir,
Abhishek,
thank
you can start with the class.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. So, okay, good morning, everyone. So today, basically, we are going to a hands-on tutorial on classification. So basically, we will use digit classification. So MNIST digit classification. We are going to use MNIST dataset. So I think all of you install the software. So then we can start with. Okay. If not, then I will just give you a brief from where you will get. So just wait a second. Hello, hello, sir.
So for all the students, if you have any queries, the best way instead of interrupting, it would be that you actually write it in the chat. So we'll take it up one by one. That might be easiest not to have any issues.
share my screen. Okay, is my screen is visible? Anyone please confirm?
Yeah, Vishek, it's visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so our requirement is basically you have to install Anaconda. So you will get this from their website. So you can download it for your compatible system requirement. So, and from PyTorch, you will get from PyTorch website. So here is the one command installation. You can write it in your terminal and it will install PyTorch, and then you can use Jupyter from there. So basically what you have to do, you have to write the you have to write Jupyter, it will open. Okay, so this is the thing. I hope you all of you have completed this. And now we'll move to the tutorial thing. So basically after installing, you will get this kind of environment when you open the Jupyter Notebook. So basically we are going to, sorry. So basically here we are going to try a classification using Linet model. So for doing that, there are some steps like we have to follow. So basically first we have to load the compatible libraries, and after that we will load the data set. Then we define the hyperparameters, and after that we will perform the training. And after that, after performing the training operation, we will try to plot the graphs for loss and accuracy if we wanted to, like know the what is the accuracy we are getting and what is the loss for peripop. Okay, and after that we will test our remaining samples on the training model that we have trained. Okay, so these are the things, and so we'll start one by one. So basically, okay, so first here we have a import torch library. So basically import torch is doing, we are importing our PyTorch library, and after that torch.nn as nn. So basically this library help us to creating and training our neural network. So we can do it with this library. We can create our neural network, and the next is like torch nl dot functional as functional. So functional is basically we use for some arithmetic operations, and after that we will use NumPy. So NumPy is a fundamental package for scientific computing in Python. So basically we use for computational complex computations. Okay, and after that we are using Torch Vision. So basically Torch Vision is a computer vision library that we use in PyTorch, and here some other sub libraries are defined like transformation. So transform and dataset. So here predefined datasets we have like MNIST and Cypher10. These kind of dataset we already have in this library. And transform means we can rotate our image or something, we can crop. These things are defined in transform. So basically, and after that we are importing in torch.optim as optim. So we will not write torch.optim in all the places, so we will write it at optim. Okay, and that's why we have written like this. And here optim is basically optimizer. So basically all the various optimizers are defined in this package. So we are importing all the optimizers, and And after that, torch.autograd import variable. So basically it is for calculating the gradient, and this is okay. So this is not required. I think it is basically a torch vision thing. And after that, matplotlib. So basically it is used for the plotting the graph and all. Okay. So this is the thing. We can use this kind of this only these libraries for our this particular task. Okay. So after that, the second is like we are trying to import our data. So before doing that, we will perform the transformation also. So basically our data set is, we are going to resize it on form 32 cross 32, and then we transform our data to tensor. So basically we know that PyTorch takes input in the form of tensor. So we are doing it, we are converting it to the tensor form. Okay. And here we are defining the batch size. So at a single time, how many images will go for training, it will define here in batch size. So basically it is 256 I have defined here. You can define it like whatever you want, or on your system's compatibility. So basically I will suggest like start with very lower ones like 32 or 16 or 32. And in this part we are taking the data, like we are importing data. So dataset.mnist is a command that will import the data from your system, and it will here it is used for training. So we are here it is true, and download is equal to true. Basically if you already downloaded, then it will not show like this. And if it is not downloaded in the system, then it will if you are running the command first time, it will download it in your system, and then transform, then apply transform will call here, and this operations will perform. And after that, so we create the train loader. So basically it is a data loader thing. So basically after importing the data, we have to call for training at the time of training. So at the time of training, we are going to call the data sample. So with the help of data loader. So here what data we call, so it is training data set. So it is defined here, and batch size at how many images we are going to call at once. So it is defined batch size is equal to 256 here, and it will shuffle is equal to 2, means it will not come in serial like 1 2 3 4. It will come like 4 4 15 like that. Okay, in the shuffled form. And num worker is equal to 4 here, so you can change it to 0. And okay, so this is for the training data loader, and same thing we are going to do for the test data set also. Okay, we will load and we will create the torch loader. So when you will run the code for the first time, it will download all the things like okay, so it will show like this. And after that, you will print the training samples and testing samples. So so you can say like we are printing the length of training data set. And someone's mind. Okay, thank you. So here we will going to print the
Sir, you are on mute.
okay. Okay. I'm audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So till here we are together now, like you hear till then. Okay, so here what we are doing, like we are just printing the number of training samples and testing samples. Okay, and after that we are defining our model. So basically in model definition part, what we are doing, we just we define our LeanIt model like this. So we are creating a class LeanIt NN dot. Here we are calling the NN dot module that we imported in the library. So after that we define the constructor. So basically init is a constructor for a class, and a self parameter refers to the instance of an object, like we basically do in C and C++. So and next is like super. So basically super is calling the base class. So super LeanIt self.init. So basically super is calling the base class followed by a access modifier that is init. With the help accessing the from there we can access the base class with the help of init method. Okay, and after that we are defining the convolution layer. So the next is like we are defining the convolution layer. So here
Sorry, you are on mute.
Anupam, can you please change the setting if possible?
Yeah, Abhishek, I'm trying.
Yeah, Anupam, just go on that meeting options, and within that you can like basically other than the host, everybody is a non-presenter and cannot have ability to speak. Just set that one, it will work.
Okay, sir.
So in this line, basically what we are doing, we are just creating a convolution layer. So basically the first thing is our input channel. So basically here we are using grayscale images. So our input channel is 1, and if you use like RGB images, then our input channel will be 3 because it will use RGB and 3 channels. Okay, and this is our output channel. So it is a standard LeanIt model. So we can also change these things if we wish to. And our kernel size is 5x5. Okay, we can also define other parameters here also, like stride, padding, and dilation also. And these things will also we can define if it is required. And after that we are using the max pool layer. So here also the kernel size is 2x2, and we are here using the stride of 2. So basically it will move 2 cells at a time. And here we are defining our second convolution layer. We have the output of previous layer will be the input of next layer. Okay, so here it is the input is 6, and we are defining the output as a 16 layers, and kernel size it is 5x5. And after that we are creating the max pool layer also. So it is 2x2, and after that we are creating the we are creating the
Abhishek, can you able to present or hello?
Yeah.
Abhishek, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Abhishek.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah. Anyone, if you have any questions, then you can write in the chat box. Okay. Thank you. So basically we are creating a feed forward network layer. So basically N is our input layer and M is our output layer. So output layer, the previous layer output will be the next layer input layer. So basically here we have at the end we are creating 3 layers here in the standard model is defined. And because we have 10 numbers, so basically from 1 to 0 to 9, so basically it is 10 classes. So at the end we are going to classify 10 classes. So here at the end we are getting 10 output as a 10, like output channel we are getting 10 numbers. Okay, and here we are getting, here we are like here we are putting the data in the network. So basically we are applying the ReLU function, ReLU activation function after applying the convolution layer, and then pooling, and the second convolution layer, then pooling, and basically here what we are doing. So here we are trying to view our data without copying it. Okay, and after that we are applying the ReLU on layer 1 that we have defined. FC1 and FC2 are the variables for that given name for the different linear layer, and after that we apply ReLU on second layer also, and in the cell, and after applying the second layer we will get we will do x is equal to the FC there in the third layer we will get our 10 outputs, and after that on that thing we will apply our log software function. Okay, and after that, after defining the model, we will move on we will check like for in our system GPU is available or not. So for this is the command .tot.CUDA is available. If it is available, then it will, you can use your GPU in your system. Otherwise you have to work on CPU only. So here basically we are going to print our model. So basically it will, when you print net1, then it will give output like this. Okay, and if GPU is available, it will print like this. Okay, so this thing is clear, and after that what we are doing, we are going to define our loss function. So basically here we are using cross entropy loss, and after that we will define our hyperparameter here, like learning rate, and we have already defined the batch size, and the number if epoch is we are defining number of epoch, so it will run the whole experiment 50 times. So all the data set will run 50 times. Okay, and here we are basically using Adam optimizer. So in Adam optimizer it will take all the parameters from the network that we defined and learning rate. Okay, and then we are creating two lists for restoring the training loss and accuracy that we will use for at the time of plot, and after that we will run the epoch. Will go in the training part, and here we also define two variables, like running loss is equal to 0 and running corrected. Okay, we will use it, and so in the next step what we will do, we will load the data from our training loader, and here we will get two things, like in our data we have inputs and labels. So basically one image is coming, so I think I forget to, okay, I will show like at the end, if possible, I will show like how data will be look like. I forget that thing. So it is just a 28x28 image, 32x28 image, and we are converting into 32x32, and then we are putting it to the model. Okay, and here like it is like one, it is written like one. Okay, sorry. My screen is visible. Okay, so basically it is image will be like this, and in the lower part it will be their label will be defined like 1. Okay, it is small one, it is like this. So our image will be like, image will be like this, and the label will be defined below that. Okay, so this is how our image is defined in the dataset, and after that if we have GPU in our system, so we will we will load all the data in the GPU. So here in this line, we are doing the same, like we are loading the input in the GPU, and after that, we are performing the gradient. Initially, our gradient will be 0. So, and after in the next line, we are putting our input data to the network. Okay, we are giving our input data in the network. So basically, it will. So we have defined our network as a net1. You can see here. So net1, and it will go there. So all the inputs will be go there, and after that, here we have defined the predicted class 1 with the maximum probability. So basically, the dimension is equal to, here dimension is 1. So basically, at the 0 dimension, we will have the batch size, and the 1 dimension we have sample data. So we have defined here, and after that we will use our loss function. So what will the output coming after giving the input to the network, and what is our true labels. So we will create a loss. We will get the output from there, and we will calculate the loss function by using those things. And what we are trying to do here, we will just collecting. We are just okay. We are collecting the loss function by per batch. Okay, so in every batch we are storing here, and after that we are using the corrected prediction also we are storing here in the running code that we have defined. Okay, and so for that we will, so for one epoch we will, so here basically we are going to divide it for per epoch. We have to calculate it, so we are going to divide it by total running loss by divide by number of samples. Okay, and after that we will calculate the we will apply the back propagation, and it will calculate the gradients for our network, and then we will increase the step. And after that, here basically here what we are doing, we are trying to calculate the loss for one epoch. So for this thing we are doing it for printing here. So you can see like in every epoch what is the training loss, and this is the same thing we are doing it for the accuracy. And this thing training loss we are appending of loss for each epoch. We will print it, we will use it training loss list to plot the per epoch loss and per epoch accuracy. So for here we are not doing nothing, just we are trying to print these things. So basically you can see like per epoch, you can when we run the code, we will get sorry, we will get the things like this, in first epoch we are getting training loss like this, and accuracy is this. So in per epoch it will increase. So basically you can say when we reach till 50, and it will the loss will be less compared to this. Like initially we have 2.3025, and after running 50 epochs the loss will be 0.1. Okay, and accuracy is 96%. In the first epoch it was 10. Okay, so here we can say like our network is learning, and we are getting like basically we can say like our network is learning good. And basically, and the next thing we are trying to plot the things, like we have training loss and training accuracy. So basically after that we will, here you can see like we plot. So basically initially our training loss was 2 point something, and in per epoch it is decreasing. So our model is working fine. So basically at the end of 50 epoch we are getting 0.1 loss, and our accuracy is increasing. Initially it was 10, and now after 50 epochs it is going to 90%, 96%. So this is the thing. And after that so basically, so after our model is created. So we we use the test data samples, and for checking that our model is working fine or not. So basically, so here we use the data from the test loader, and we give it to the input layer and we give it to the our model, and our model will tell like what is the accuracy for these samples. So here we can say like here we can check like our accuracy is 96.6% on the test data loader. So this is the thing, this is the way we are trying to classify our data sample, and in the deep learning. So basically it is a simple example, and the next so if you have anything you can write in the chat box. We'll answer the questions, and so this is done from my side. If you have anything you can ask, or we will do on a hands-on on this. Sorry, I have to repeat this first. Yeah.
You can raise your hand if you want to ask your questions. That is not, you are not able to write in the chat in case. Christy, you can ask your doubt. You can use your mic to ask your doubt, Christy. Yeah, Christy, you're audible.
Yes, sir. So I had a doubt regarding the. Can you go to the place where you are defining the LeanIt class, like when you're inheriting from the LeanIt class?
Okay. Here model.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So okay. So in this, like, while defining, yeah, okay, fine. I was confused regarding how we are like defining the input and output. So we are defining the channels here, right? 1 and
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
And by default, the stride and padding are considered 0 if we don't mention them.
Stride will be 1, and like padding will be 0.
Padding will be 0. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Vinay, you can ask your doubt.
Sir, I'm audible, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, actually, my system is on AMD. So
Okay.
this
Mine is
CUDA is not available on AMD, I guess. It will not work.
Mine system is also using Ryzen 5.
So CUDA is applicable for AMD also?
Yeah.
Okay. I installed with the CPU command, so I will change it again.
Okay. Okay. If you face any problem, just let me know. Like I will resolve.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Right. Yeah. Thanks.
So thank you, sir.
Kostop, you can allow your like you can use your mic to ask your doubt, followed by Surendra.
Yes, sir. Am I audible, sir? Hello.
Yeah, Kostub, you are audible.
Yeah, sir. Regarding that epoch, so I could not understand that whole algorithm.
Epoch is basically like it. Okay, you want to know like what is epoch?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so epoch is basically in one epoch we will run whole data set. Okay, like here what in the batch size we are taking 250. So you can say like here in the batch size is defined. So basically in batch size, if batch size is 256, it means like in the network 256 images go at once. Okay, so and by using this 256 when the whole data set will go in the network, then we can say like it is completed one epoch. So by using this thing we are running this thing 50 times.
So the whole batch size we are running for 50 times.
No, whole date on whole data set.
Yeah, okay, sir. Understood. Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks. I think I was trying to write the same thing here, so I think it is clear to Shyam Vanshi Kumar. Oh, sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Okay.
Surrender, you can ask your question, followed by Alok and Subhadip.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
Sir, man, I'm using MacBook, so like CUDA is not available for me, and also GPU is not available for me. Like PyTorch works on CPU alone. Like if this works on my lap.
Abhishek, please show them the option by turning off GPU, because that's what I instructed most of them. And since it's a simple linear code with MNIST, it will run purely on CPU. Let us show them the pure CPU part of it.
Yes, sir, that would be nice because.
Yeah. Okay. So for CPU thing, you don't have to do anything. Like here we have defined dot CUDA, so we have to just comment out these lines and we will use inputs and labels. So if you want to give some name, then you can like, so don't do anything like here, or you can put it, so it will take directly from here. Like we have to disable this line and it will take input from, it is pure, it will run on CPU. You have
So,
to, and
like we just type inputs dot CUDA, it will run on GPU, or else it simply runs on CPU.
And you have to disable this line also. Like for network also you have to do it.
Like wherever there is CUDA instruction, we need to like just change it. That's it. No big changes, right?
Nothing.
So then what about the learning rate? Like learning rate, they are given us 0.01. What is that actually?
Okay, so for that thing you're going to do on hands-on. So basically you have to change the learning rate and see like what happens. So basically okay. So learning rate is basically our step. So how much step we are going to take to reach the minimum loss. Okay, so basically let's say we have a curve like this and you are here. Okay.
Sir, it's not visible on the screen, sir. Like the drawing is not visible on the screen.
2 by 3 into height of the perpendicular bisector. Question
It is visible to you, or
Abhishek, whatever you are writing is not visible because
okay.
you are sharing a window. That writing is coming on top of your other layer. So you're not sharing the whole screen as such. So that's why it's not visible.
Okay.
You need to reshare the screen.
Yes,
So stop
yes, sir.
sharing the this window and share the exact screen.
Okay, sir. I'm doing it. Windows. Is it visible?
Screen is visible.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to know if the screen is visible. I'm not. So, okay, the drawing is visible now. Is it visible?
Abhishek,
No, sir.
don't share the window. Share the desktop.
Sir, I have shared that.
You have not shared the desktop. You have shared the window.
Mm. Mm.
Sir, now it's visible. The drawing is visible now.
Visible?
Like,
Okay.
drawing is visible.
ஆமா இல்ல தப்பா சொல்லணும்
So learning rate is basically our steps. Okay. So basically, like we have this kind of curve. So basically, let's say you are here. Okay. At this point, and you have to like come here. Your objective is to come at this point. So basically, here you can say like let your loss is very less here, so you will stop here. Okay. So this is the point you have to reach. Okay. So learning rate is basically a step size, like at what step you have to move. Like if you take small step, then you will come like this. Okay. And like and then there is a possibility to reach at the maximum minimum point. But if you, let's say you take a large learning rate, so one step will be one point, it will be here, one will be here, and next will be here, next will be here, and you will cross the minima and you will go like this, so it will not help you. So here we are trying to choose the small learning rate to reach the minimum loss, basically in this case. I hope it is clear.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
And so so you are also going to do a hands-on on this. So basically you have to change the hyperparameters, batch size and all that. So I will upload this code and then you can try it with yourself.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, in the model, like, may you go? Yeah. So how did we get this 400 in the first fully connected layer?
Okay. So when you calculate the parameters here at the end of the convolution layer, you will get 400. So basically from that, we will here 120, we are defining 400 neurons as the input and 120 neuron the output, and the 120 will be the next layer input from that. And we have 10 basically we have 10 numbers. So here in the last layer, we are defining 10 neurons. Okay. If we have two samples, two classes, then we will define here two, like that.
Yes, sir. But this 400 should match with the previous layer dimension, right? Like,
Yeah. So from that pooling thing, when you calculate the parameters for all the layers, you will get like it will come 400.
and sir, what is this x dot view operation is doing in the forward function definition?
Yes, yes. Please discuss the forward function definition, all the things in below.
Okay, so here, so basically what we are doing, we are giving everything to the network. So here we are uploading basically. Wait for 1 second. I'm audible? Okay. 3, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. So basically, what? Oh, sorry. So in the define.forward, what we are doing to do here. So basically, we are giving our samples to the network. So basically, in the in the convolution layer, in the first convolution layer, we'll apply ReLU on that. So basically, our network will be like this. You have read in the class. So basically, our one is our convolution layer. Then we apply activation function and then do max pooling. So this is the thing we are doing here. So first we have a convolution layer. We are here in the convolution layer. Then we apply pooling on that, and we will apply the activation function then do pooling. Okay, so we are repeating the process here also. And in the view one.x.view, what we are doing, we are trying to view the dimension that we have for the output.
What the ReLU function actually do? Which purpose we use the ReLU functions? You can discuss.
Okay, the ReLU is basically if you attend the classes, then you have seen that ReLU curve will be like this. So it is basically to see the active neurons. Okay, so if our neuron value is
Abhishek, let me just clear that. So if you don't remember ReLU, then please go through the lecture where I was discussing in the initial days on very simple neuron model. There was something which is called as a transfer function or a non-linearity layer. So that's where I had already spoken about ReLU. There was another thing which I had mentioned was sigmoid, and another thing which was called as tan hyperbolic. And anything which is associated with the backward and backprop, that is something which I will discuss later on. So you can reserve your questions onto the theory part of it. Yeah, Abhishek, you can continue with whatever briefing you want to.
Okay, so for if they have any other questions, they can ask. Otherwise, we will move to the hands-on part. So basically, Anupam will divide all the students in breakout rooms, and there we will give them some problems they have to solve. So if you don't have any questions, then we can move on breakout rooms, and where you will allot a particular TA, then they will, and you have to solve some problems. You have to run the code, this code. I will upload this code in 2 minutes. Okay. So.
Okay, then we have 3 breakout rooms along with the main meeting. So some students will move to the 3 rooms. Each one of the rooms have one TA, and this will be a main meeting, and the main meeting will also some of the students be here, where I'll be there. Till Abhishek load that particular
Abhishek,
code.
you can stop sharing your screen while you're doing this. Yeah, and Anupam, I just had one announcement. I think I have covered down the number of parameters calculation and everything in the class. So please let them do those assignments over here in the breakout rooms.
Okay, sir, sure. So just wait for a few minutes till Abhishek will load the code. You will automatically move to the rooms. You can switch to this room, and in case you get disconnected in the between, then just get connected to the main meeting. You will get an option just beside the leave to join that particular room. So you'll be redirected to the room that you have been allocated.
Okay, I have uploaded the notebook file, so you can access from there. So it is in the file section, in the tutorial.
So hi everyone, whoever is there, this have you uploaded the particular file that has been shared? You can open the particular file. If you have any kind of doubt, you can ask it. Everyone mic is on, so you can turn off your turn on your mic and ask your doubts. Okay.
How do we join a group?
Sorry, your actually voice is not coming clear. Can you be a bit louder?
How do we join in a group, sir?
So no, the rooms have been already allocated. You will be shifted down to groups. If you have not been shifted, then you are there in this particular room. Okay. So I am there. So each one of us have been allocated to one rooms. So
Sir,
yeah.
So in the MNST data set, file data sets,
Yeah.
so the images are in RGB format or in grayscale format?
Grayscale images. It's just one channel image only.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Fine.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir. Actually, I joined just like 10 minutes, 5 minutes ago, sir, because I had some internet issues. That's why I cannot join. Can you just
okay? No,
can you just
maybe
briefly repeat, sir, like what we have to do, like in this room or like?
Okay, like let me also download that particular file. Actually, if something is going for the morning side, the network issues, the connectivity. The file is already being shared in the particular folder. You can download that particular file, load it in your Jupyter. Till then, I also load that, and then I will share the screen and you can ask your doubt till then.
Answer one more thing. Like, can I use Spider? Like, or I have to use?
Yeah, you can use Spider. No issues on that. But the thing is that in some community, that Spider is just a whole community of where Python has been used. But now we are talking about the deep learning. So we mostly in the deep learning community, in machine learning community, we use Jupyter. So it's not that you cannot use Spider, but for your sake, you can move it to Jupyter so that it will be helpful for you in your future.
Okay, sir. So I will be using Jupyter, right?
Yeah, in Jupyter. See, the Spider, it's just a one bunch of editor that has been given. You cannot run the codes block by block wise. But in Jupyter, you can run the codes block by block wise. You can share the file, the output you can share. If you just run the whole Jupyter code and you just download it and share it to us, we can see how outputs are coming in each of the blocks. Right? You can use the printf in the between. So some convenience is there when you are using the Jupyter, apart from the Spider. But still, if you go for Spider, you can use Spider. No issues on that.
Thank you, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, you are talking about the file which is uploaded in the tutorial section, right?
Let me know also where it is uploaded. I just could not figure out. Like, too many things are going on, so I have not figured out that thing.
Okay.
Where Abhishek does said it has been uploaded in a file section, right?
Yeah, in the file section in the tutorial folder.
In the tutorial, the linear file IPv4 file is there. Yeah, that file you just download it, and you can directly open this file in your Jupyter.
Okay, sir.
I am also trying. You also try. Let's see. If anything come wrong, we can figure it out.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you explain that view command inside that linear forward? I think that part. There is a view x dot view.
View actually when you do the because you have to make one full layer. Let's say previously what you have a box of, let's say, metric size you have previously, right, before coming to the fully connected layer. And I have fully connected layer has been already been covered in the class. So what happened is that before coming to the fully connected layer, everything there is a particular box. You can imagine them as a rectangle having the square side boxes. But
Linear means yeah. Okay. But there is given that 1 cross 400 means that is the predefined, means what we'll get from the means the previous max or something what we.
It has to come from the first layer. Like initially, see in the conv1, the thing is you have to give. Let me share my screen. Just a second. Okay, sharing my screen. So is my screen visible, everyone?
Yes.
Yes,
sir. See, so coming to the 400 layer, as Cyrus already said, he has covered. The thing is that this one represents the number of channels. Okay. Now the input was coming as 28 cross 28. Here the padding is 0. By default, the padding is 0. Now you have to do the calculation as that m minus 1 plus 1 divided by that thing and plus something. So that calculation you need to do to get what is coming to that particular layer, pool 1. Now in that pool 1, the max pooling is used with a kernel size 2 cross 2 and a stride of 2. Then again something you will get. The channels will remain the same. Channel will remain the 6 only. Now see, that's why the 6 and 6 are matching, because in the class you have been covered that in a max pool only the dimension get reduced. The dimension has changed that the channels remain the same. So from here the 16 channels are coming. Then you are using kernel size of 5 cross 5 padding 0 stride of 1. From that you will get some dimension with a channel of 16. Then the channel of 16 you are doing the kernel size of 2 cross 2 and a stride of 2. Then you will linearize everything into one particular layer. You will get as 400. So it is dependent on the input size that you are passing, 28 cross 28. Some in between that things are happening, the calculations are happening, and eventually you are getting to 400. So it is dependent on everything. You do the calculations by your hand, write it down in the paper. If something is you are not getting the 400 from 28 cross 28, just message me up in the chat with that particular paper. I will get it down to it. If you in case don't get a
Excuse me.
400.
Aren't
Yeah.
we sizing it to 32 cross 32?
28 cross 28, I suppose. 32 cross 32. Oh, it is 32 cross 32. Okay, fine. Then 32 cross 32.
That first line is indicating that 1 cross 6 cross 5 cross 5. No, it is the size of the input, right?
Can you just which line you are referring? Pool 1, con 2, pool 1, con 1. Which one?
The con 1.
This one?
Con 1. No,
Oh,
con
1.
con
Yeah, yeah.
1.
Uh-huh.
1 cross 6 cross 5. 5 cross 5. No, means
5
it
cross.
is the size of the input.
See, the thing, what happened is, I hope sir has covered that, but still, I don't know where I will open. Let me see. I have my whiteboard is visible, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So when the thing is that when you get some input, so input has a one channel, as I already been saying. So let's assume that it is on the size of 32 cross 32. Let's say. Then what happens is that here it is a kernel size of 5 cross 5 having 6 as the number. So in each of this, let's say you have one convolution which is 5 cross 5. Okay. Then this 5 cross 5 will eventually go back to this. These things will happen as told by sir. Now, how many this type of things are there? There are 6 such things are there. So it is 1 again and 1, and this type total there are 6 convolution layer. When you do that thing, when you do 1 on this, you will get this. When you again do this, you will again get this. Then you will again get this. So eventually you will get 6 cross something. It is 32 cross 32, but eventually you will get something 32 minus 5 divided by something plus try this padding is 0, I suppose. Then there is 1 and there is start of 1 eventually. Some of these formulas are given by sir in the class. So that you do, you will get that particular size of that. I might be wrong in the formula. I don't cross check it, but it might be having this stride of 1, padding is 0. It should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That whatever the 32 minus 25, that thing you will get it here. So this is the part that was referring in this particular line. Okay. If you want to know more about COMD, just type it here in the writers in the documentation file. You'll get down the whole part like why the and out channels, everything you will get it down.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, can you explain that view function means in the forward inside that forward part? Yeah, that -1 400 is given no inside the view. That line you have highlighted. Yes, that
Where? In the training? Okay, it's not there any kind of view. I'm missing or something. View. There's only one view.
yes, that part.
And that's what I'm saying. Before coming to this, it is having in a matrix form. You can see there's only matrix things you will get down from this.
Why
Right?
there is -1 400 means
If you get this, to get it linearized, like if you want to this particular linearized thing, we use -1 to get it down into one particular shot. If you have this, if you want to have all the neurons in one particular part, we use -1 as view to get down the whole thing in one particular area, because the fully connected layer is coming down. That's why we use that particular thing. You try it out by without using the view. Till then you get the X. Don't use anything after this. Write down just printf X shape or something. You get down what's the shape of this. Use this. Then without using it, which we using, just get the shape of what it is coming. No need to train, no need to do anything. Just play with it now. What will happen if you don't give -1, and what will happen if you get -1? What is the shape? It is coming from this X. Okay. Try it out. What you get.
Okay.
Paint it out and get it to me if you have still the doubt.
Yeah,
Now
thank
your
you.
exercise. Yeah. Exercise is to do the couple of things. First, you can use another activation function, ReLU. Anything you have the softmax or anything you want to use, you can try it out using the other one. But remember, if you use other activation function, sometimes you need to do some other task also. But hopefully that is not there. But you can check it out if other dependency is there. So instead of ReLU, any activation function that has been covered, you can use that thing. Then you can use log softmax. You can use just a softmax or something. You can do it down that particular part. Then you can use what you can do. You can change this cross entropy loss to binary cross entropy loss or negative like not likelihood loss. So try with some another loss function you have. Yeah.
Sir, do we need to submit the code after this?
No. You just try it out. If anything comes wrong right now, you can discuss. If anything that you want to discuss after this meeting, also we can.
Okay.
Just for learning exercise, not for just knowing. The assignments, everything you will get down after some time.
Okay.
Then using the Adam, you change this down to HGD. What happens is there is a momentum also. If you just type the Optim Adam in the if you have any kind of doubt, the PyTorch libraries are there. Just go it down, check it down, what things are written, why it is used. Then you can use the momentum also. You can play with this optimizer, play with the loss function. You can change the number of epochs you have. And anything you want to know more about this, you can do that. But that's the actually hyperparameters we generally train. So what kind of hyperparameters are there involved in this? First of all, the whole architecture. It's not recommended to change the whole architecture, but it is the recommended architecture of Linux. But still, if you want to play around with this architecture, you can increase some more layers. Let's say from 120, let's say it goes to 200, then 200, 120. You can use some more FC layers to it. If you use more convolution layer, just check the dimensions should max. So what the dimensions I'm referring to, the channels coming, that should be the same one. And it might not happen that you have a size of 10 cross 10 and you are passing a kernel size of let's say 16 cross 16. It's not been fitted to it. So what I was saying, if you have let's say you have an image cross size of let's say after doing something you cross 10 cross 10 and you give a kernel size of let's say 16 by 16. So it will not be fitted into the particular one, right? So that thing you need to check if you are passing down you are increasing the convolution layers or thing. And if you are passing the linear layers, then check whether the previous hidden layers are matching with this. You can play around with this. You can, if thing is added to it, you can say the conv1 as you pass to conv1. Then there is a pool1. This name should match. Similarly, some more layers should be added to it here. Just check that particular thing. Yeah, that kind of exercise you do it now. If you have doubt on that, just ask me.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I am having some error while importing the libraries.
Libraries in a sense, this first one.
Yes, sir. Torch1 or Matplotlib. Actually, I installed them yesterday only. But when I'm doing it on the Jupyter notebook, it is saying that module not found error. No module named modkit or something else.
Okay. It is recommended. Okay. So first of all, it is recommended to make an environment when you open the let's say what I used to do. Okay, I just give you that thing. My terminal is visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I don't directly run. Okay, let's remove this one. I open my Jupyter here. So this is the first base that is coming. Okay. So I don't directly open the Jupyter notebook from here, the base itself. You can
Sir, actually,
open.
I am using Linux. So in Linux there is no Anaconda prompt. So it is in the terminal only.
Okay, in the terminal. No, in Linux also you can create an environment and that things are happening in the. You can use the Jupyter notebook from the terminal itself. Open Jupyter notebook before that things all can happen. Yes, CMD is there, right? In terminal. So from there also you can open the Jupyter notebook directly in the Linux
Excuse me,
also.
sir. Sir, can
Yeah.
you please tell how to open this Anaconda prompt?
Anaconda Pro, you have to download it. That yesterday that was given, right? In this, I hope it was given. Let's see this.
Yes, sir, I have downloaded Anaconda, but
Yeah.
that terminal which you showed just now, how to open this terminal? Like, is it a normal?
That's it. Anaconda Pro. It is coming as inbuilt of Anaconda. That's it.
Okay, sir, I'm checking.
See, guys, these are the simple things. Okay, that you can find it on the internet. Then they're saying, what can you do from this? Just one of the convenient things we can do. So from here also you can open the Jupyter, what I was telling, for the base itself. But it's not recommended generally to open from the base when you work it. See, now you are working on your own system. That's fine. It might happen that eventually you get down to some particular projects you have been allocated one particular system. So on that system, if everyone has been like whichever libraries you need, everyone is downloading on a particular base, sometimes the version get updated. So the codes that you are running right now in some particular version, it might not run in some other versions. So the mismatch is happening, and there is a bunch of code that has been there in that particular directory. So what we used to do, we make some environment. You just check in the internet how to create an environment on the this one Jupyter. So before running those, I just activate those particular environment. So I have an environment which name is Anupam. I activate that Conda and activate the environment, and I just go that environment itself. Now, whatever I'm going to do, I will do on that particular environment. So if I download some libraries, let's say today I download the matplotlib library or something, then my all the document will download it on this. So it's not being shown here itself. I want to do anything. So I use that particular way that is recommended to use such that no other one faces that thing. So that now from this, let's see your part where you go. I have my codes there. Then from here, I used to open the Jupyter notebook. Now there are two things. From here also you can use pip install. If you don't have any kind of libraries installed, you can use the pip install from here directly. And you can also do the same thing from the base. So install the libraries. If any libraries you don't have, you will get no module or something, let's say. If you get that no module name, let's say matplotlib, just type it that particular arrow directly here. Then you will get what things you need to do. So for that, for MacBook, what is the thing? For Python, what is the thing? Just a second.
Sir, so do every time I create an environment, I need to download.
Just a second. Just a second. Just a second. Just give me some time. I go through the codes. In a room number 2, something was not happening correctly. Just give me some time. Please go through the codes. Hello, sorry. I thought my screen was shared. Oops. Hello, yeah. What was the doubt you were all having?
To use any of the module, although I have installed them. Can I please share my screen and show you?
Yeah, you share your screen. I hope you can share. I think so. What's your name? Just raise your hand.
Sorry, there is no option for raising my hand even. Yeah, I got the option.
I hope you. Yeah, there.
Hello.
Yeah, Dave. You just share your screen.
Yeah, sir. When I'm running the code, actually my my kernel is getting dead. Actually, every time when after running, my kernel is getting
This
dead.
is related to something software related issues. You need to either reinstall the particular whole thing and get it down. You can run it just a simple printf statement or something. If still that is also not get printed, in that also your kernel is getting down, then you need to check your software.
Sir, I am also getting the same issue.
Sir, I am regularly using Jupyter Notebook. It never happened with me before. First time, sir.
Then can you try one thing? Open other terminals, root 1111 libraries like import torch, then import something. On which particular import you are getting that particular error? Try to find it out.
Sir, I know, sir. Actually, after training, when I'm trying to print, make the diagram, after the training, what diagram, sir? Yes, sir. When after training,
When the
when
training
I'm
is
trying
happening,
to
the kernel is getting down.
yeah, getting dead every time.
Okay, that should not happen if you are using the CPU or your GPU.
Sir, I have CPU only, sir. I don't have CPU.
Do one thing, decrease the batch size.
I
Decrease
have
the number.
256 now.
Don't use 256. Use some lesser batch size. Let's say 16 or something. Do that way. Lower the number of
Sir,
also.
So I don't think the size is the problem in here because I am also facing the problem because I am getting a runtime error, and I have reduced and it is saying that the GPU memory is overflowed, like the overflowed. So I reduced the size to 1 only, batch size. Still, it is showing the same memory error.
That should not like it's the because of your GPU then, right?
So even the
yeah.
So basically, it is showing I reduced the batch size to 1 only. Still, it is saying CUDA out of memory. Try to allocate 2 MB.
Then then it is not happening in your CPU. I don't know why that thing is there. Then idea you need to use any kind because it's only because of your GPU. There is no error in the code. Only because of the BQ, the data loader that has been loaded the previously that has been not been fitted into your GPU memory. So that's the constraint of your system. That should not happen actually. I mean, it's a very small size. What you can try it out. Just the thing that you can shut down and run it once again. If that thing still remains, then it's not recommended, but you can use the Google Colab just for once to check it down if things are running or not. Because don't everyone don't use Google Colab at a go. You can try the whole thing once at a time, like if you want to have. It's because in your system it is giving the trouble.
So do we have to submit this code or whatever?
No, you don't have to submit the codes. You just need to check it out, everything.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. I'll try.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Dave, yeah.
I'm
Dave,
getting
you
an import error, sir. Like I'm not able to.
So now, as you said, I'm just activating my Colab tutorial, and then next time doing pip install matplotlib. Okay, and then I'm opening the Jupyter notebook.
Okay. Fine.
Linet 5.
Yeah, okay.
Now, when I'm doing import matplotlib, it is again saying module not found error.
Achha.
And let's say if I do the pip install here only,
okay,
then also the problem will not surface. It is still saying.
Run it once again. Yeah, it's showing the same, right? Just
Yes, sir.
let me look it. Just give me a minute.
Sir, I think you should restart the kernel before doing that.
If you because he is doing from the outside and doing the inside, so it should not happen. You can try it out, but that should not happen. Just give me a minute. The Conda is there, pip is there. So sometimes it might happen that Conda install you have to use. It might, but not sure even though. Do one thing, use the Conda install matplotlib.
All requirements package is already installed.
Now run this.
Yes, sir, I ran it.
Run it once. Yeah. It's a strange thing happening. That should not anything apart from this. You have used pip install, you have used Conda install. Do one thing, uninstall and then install once. Pip uninstall matplotlib.
This is proceed by session. How to type anything here?
No, here you can just come out from here from the terminal you do. Do you activate the environment?
Oh, just a second. Yes, uninstalled. Now should I install it again from here only?
Yeah, Conda use Conda install. Yeah. Packages are already installed. You have like for Conda. Okay, use Conda uninstall this. I don't know whether that's the proper thing or not. Just try it. Okay. Good. Okay. Now use Conda install. Yeah. That.
Yes, sir.
Finger cross. Just open it down. You have opened this?
I think this time it is doing, I think.
Might be let the fingers crossed, but it still have. It should be like it should not be that close. Did you open it right now?
Hello, sir.
The Jupyter. Just a second.
Sir, I just want to say something regarding this matter, sir. Can I speak on this matter, sir?
Just a second.
So
Close this. Just a second. Just a second. Just a second. Open this Jupyter terminal. Yeah, from here. You can. Just a second. Jupyter. No. Huh? What you are trying to say?
hello, sir.
Hello.
Me,
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, sir. Actually, I was going through this problem on the internet, sir, just now. So I just found a link, sir. Can I paste it on this chat?
Sure.
If he can go through it, that might solve the problem.
Do you have the option, right, to paste it? Use the chat, right? You don't have the option to.
I have the option, sir.
Oh yeah. Sure. It's still the module giving error, right?
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Hello, sir?
Can you import any other module apart from this matplotlib?
No, sir.
This is something related to your architecture. Like when you're opening, something is coming down, right? Either you have to reload the whole architecture software. That's the error. Nothing related to that part. When you open it, some box is coming, right? Open Jupyter. Open it out. Just close it. Open it again.
Okay.
Hello,
I'm
sir?
going to sort. Just a second. Yeah.
Sir, I have a problem in running time, sir. I show the written there data loader worker not
data loader is not working.
Yes.
It might happen because of maybe it is been redirected to some other website. It might happen that they are not giving you the link. Sometimes it might happen. I can share the files. Yeah, when you're opening some boxes coming down before opening down. Yeah, that's the error that was having notebook evaluation fail. So resolve this out. This is related to architecture of software. If this is get resolved, you will get the result because NumPy is small. It should be happening. So it is related to that. Okay.
Okay. I'll try.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, it is happening same with me, sir. Actually.
What is happening for Matplotlib or this one?
Matplotlib. It was showing module not installed.
This kind of error that Dave was having, that kind of error you are also having, that the box is coming. And then it is related to your software. Sorry for that. If you just try it out, I can commit right now. For
I think there was no box issue, I guess.
See, can you import any other libraries? Like import NumPy or something, if that is giving an error?
Let me check.
Matplotlib error, no module name. Oh, yes, I get just showed up. So are you sure of you that you are asking this thing?
No, sir, no module on issue.
Okay. Sort of also had the same issue for Matplotlib.
No, sir, I didn't have the same issue, sir.
Oh, you shared that?
Yes, I shared that link, sir, because I was searching that issue. That's why, sir.
Okay, great.
Thank you, sir.
Try it out, something like it is related to this one. Like, as I show you, these things are running, but this is related to some software or something. But try resolve it out. You get it down somewhere.
Okay, sir.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Sir, this I just want to know how can I use this LR finder kind of method to fix this learning rate? Is there a function for fixing the learning rate?
Fixing learning rate? I mean, that's you want to have this static learning rate you want to have.
Yeah, no, I want to define the learning rate value. Is there any method like LR finder?
So LR finder is not there. A learning rate is itself. There are many ways to find actual learning rate. One thing is there's a hyperparameter optimization that we used to do. Okay, you can search it down. In hyperparameters, learning rate comes under picture. So you get the base hyperparameter needed for that particular architecture or whatever code you are running. This is one of the ways to find that all the hyperparameters and one of the hyperparameters.
That I am aware. I just want to know, for example, in this PyTorch FastAI library, there is a function called LR.finder. It will automatically give you the best learning rate value. So is there any such kind of method in PyTorch itself instead of using FastAI? Because I'm quite familiar with FastAI. So is there any similar kind of method here directly I can use? Just want to know instead of going for the actual hyperparameter tuning.
Just give me a chat message about this to me. I have also not gone through this particular thing that you have asked. I need to check it out. I will check it out. If I find any, and if you also find any, then give it to me also. If I find, I will give it to you. I generally use a hyperparameter optimization to find the base learning rate, or I can use a learning scheduler that if
generally we do that because because that is a again iterative process and time consuming, right? How to get the correct value of the learning rate. So is there any easy way to find out in PyTorch? I want to know.
Yeah, we can check it out. Just give me a message so that I don't forget.
I will also try, sir. Yeah, I will try.
Okay, Vinod.
Yeah. Where shall I send the message? Chat box.
Just in the Teams only you can send a message about this.
Okay. I will do.
Hello.
Yeah.
Anupam sir, like I was in another room and there was some message that there is a glitch. Group 3, sir. I was in room
group. Okay, you can stay here, no issues. You can ask your question.
Because there was some error and I directed back. So.
Okay, fine. Like in group 3, the things are going smoothly or anything happening?
No, sir. Everything is good, but I think there was a glitch, so I think that is why I redirected.
That's why we kept this main meeting. If anything something is going on, you can come it out and stay in this meeting itself.
Okay.
Sir, I have an issue. The same matplot came, then I installed it in the terminal, and then now I'm getting import error for all the modules. I couldn't get to.
Try it out, Sundar, if you can resolve it out, because it's the library function that you need to install, uninstall, and check it out whether matching with your architecture and everything is going fine or not. This is the first time we are doing. Might be some things are going on. Try it out on Google. If still the problem persists, give it a shot after a few days. Try it out by yourself. If it is still not there, we'll sit it down and check it out. Hopefully, you can resolve it now. Okay.
Okay, sir. Because firstly, it showed only that matplot. Now the matplot is okay. Then the others are import errors, right? Like
because the libraries that you have not installed, sometimes you have to manually install all the libraries. Whichever libraries you have not done, many of the things is conda install this. But sometimes anything is there, you can type in the Google, you will get that particular thing, how to install this.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I was in room 2, but suddenly I removed them there. But I joined.
Room 2, some issues are there.
So can I stay here?
Yeah. All the room 2 participants can stay here. And if anyone more want to stay here, they can stay here. No issues. Fine.
Sir, do we have any submit assignment today?
No, you don't have to. Just the tutorial part. You need to check it out, play with it around. That's it.
Okay, sir. Sir, I have an issue, sir. My runtime error having always show data loader worker. Sir, can you help the how to recover it?
Data loader worker. Can you share your screen? Like, so can you raise your hand?
Yes, sir, I can share your. But sir, permit my screen share option.
Yeah. Sure, I will give you. What's your name? Sundar, right?
Dipankar Maiti, Dipankar, sir.
Devendra Singh, I can see that. I have not seen your raise hand. Can you raise your hand? Yes.
Excuse me, sir.
No, sir.
Yeah.
I have no.
Sir, why can't we just use some Colab or Kaggle kernels instead of installing everything on our machine?
You can use it. See, because sir has said about that thing that it is not recommended to Google Colab only because if everyone going to use at the same time, it might slow it down. But eventually you can use it. There is no such hard and fast rule. But respect what sir says also, keeping that thing on the point. And sometimes it might happen that Google Colab is not working out. That's the reason. Okay. Yeah, Dipankar, you can share your screen. Data loader PDIS. Go up. Which particular? The year you are getting that error. Everything in the above, it runs smoothly.
Hello, sir.
Before this, every block has run smoothly, or any kind of error is there? Just go up.
No, sir. No, sir.
Yeah, you are getting. Yeah, this fine happening. Okay, go down there. No. Okay. This was happened. The data loader has been done there. Okay, linear is okay. Go down. Which particular line this error is happening?
There is no mention which line are error, but
you have to track it down. This is the inside this runtime. You can go slightly up to find a line. Okay. Stay here. Just a second. You're running on the data, iNumerate data loader, train loader. That is line number 13. You're getting that particular error. Okay. And just go down simply. Train loader. Go down. Slightly. Slowly go down. Okay. Go down. Go down. Okay. Data workers PID is this exited unexpectedly. This is something like that. Okay. Just restart it and launch it one again. Hold it. Kernel, you go to the kernel.
But sir, my all installer okay, right?
Yeah, everything is fine. These PIDs are related to the architecture, like when the RAM from where it is being loaded, that's where the PIDs are getting stored.
But sir, any could I have something error happening there here or any other?
No, CUDA is not there. Just go to the part where CUDA. See, you go to the part where you have used the CUDA in the upper, like the codes you go to there. See, from here. No, first of all, in the 9 block. Yeah, 9 block. Go to the 9 block, number 9. Hey, one more thing. Go to 9 block. Yeah, 9. This is 7. You say okay. Stay in 7. In 7, if you say if CUDA is available, then only CUDA is being allocated. Okay. Then if
Okay,
you
okay,
have
okay,
the then otherwise you go to CPU and you can remove this net to net 3. Net to net 3 you can remove it down if it is because only one architecture you are using. Remove that all part. It will consume your memory anyways. Maybe something was there for the
so
particular.
what should I do, sir, actually?
You can do one thing. Just use the kernel and restart all. Let's see what comes again. In the cell beside this kernel, in the upper file edit view. No. File edit view insert in that particular row. Kernel is there, right?
Yes, sir.
Just click that particular kernel option.
Kernel means?
In your upper side, in the upper part, file edit view option and options are there. Not in the codes. Not in the codes. Upward. Go to the upside. Your run option. Not in the codes. So in Dipankar. Yeah, just go below that. You can see the file edit view option. That's the thing you can see.
File edit.
File. There is a kernel, right? In the file edit view, insert cell kernel. Kernel
Actually,
is the
your voice breaking, sir. Actually,
is my voice breaking for all?
I could not hear properly.
No, sir.
Hello.
No, sir.
Is my voice breaking for you?
No, sir. No, sir.
Sir, I now I hear, sir.
Okay. There is a kernel option in above the run. You can see not in the codes, Dipankar. Above file edit view in that particular line. Dipankar, do me a thing like yeah. There is a kernel go right. Go to the kernel and there is a no, not here. Kernel. Not here. Kernel KERNAL. Yeah. Okay. Good. Restart and run.
Restart.
All. And run all. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Huh? Yeah.
Can you again repeat how to change the base in prompt?
Base what?
Base in Anaconda prompt, like environment.
Just type how you can create an environment in Conda. There's a Conda envs. Something you need to do. Just type it. How to create an environment in Conda. Creating this, you have to activate that Conda environment, that particular name.
Sir, same error showing, sir, again.
Do one thing. First of all, remove every part which is unnecessary. Let's say, go to the codes of the last block. Yeah, go up. Okay, fine. Go where I've said that net one, remove that net one. Unnecessary things are there. No, you're doubling in that particular file. Just one student. I try to load this one. Just a second. Edit 5. Okay. It's a bundle. Yes, again, I'm opening that particular file. So, does anybody has tried to run the whole code and it is running?
Sir, the code, sir, actually the problem is after the epochs are getting completed, the kernel is actually dying.
Okay.
So till now it is running.
Yes,
Sir,
like,
the code ran on my system.
Acha, it is still
but I
running.
face this problem that the epoch getting completed, the kernel is dying.
Okay, that things are happening.
Sir, I think there is some issue during testing time. I have tried during testing my PC is getting shut down automatically. Like the blue screen is coming.
Sir, actually, I didn't do anything. I just import all the libraries. Then I tried to use matplotlib, and it's getting dead. Nothing I did. Just import the libraries and first used only this matplotlib, and it's getting dead. So
that
something
is
with the
related.
libraries issue is getting.
No, that is related to your Conda environment. Use any other apart from Matplotlib. Have you tried to install any other thing? Import NumPy or something? That's a small.
Sir,
Have you
import
tried?
I did import everything, and I'm very regular to with Jupyter, sir. So I used to do with the TensorFlow. First time using Torch. So
No,
maybe
Torch.
something.
See, Matplot is not related to Torch. Importing
Yes, sir, I know that,
Matplot.lib.
but with Matplotlib was working till yesterday. I'm doing my seminar on these topics, deep learning. So I'm regularly using Jupyter Notebook every day.
Acha. So
So
now when you install the PyTorch, these things are happening.
yes, sir.
After
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Then it could relate it to any of maybe some other things get updated when you are updating installing the torch. You can
Sir,
you
I
can
didn't
create
do
one.
anything. It was already there. I just used pip install.
That's how if you since everything was running till yesterday and
Yes, sir.
whatever running till yesterday that was running till now also in the TensorFlow whatever the codes you have been running
I'll
that
check,
things are
sir.
running still.
I'll check.
Check it now. Okay. Now if the new things are happening you can do one thing you yesterday when you have created the did you create with the environment or you have created just in a base you have
No,
created
sir.
them?
I did in the notebook only. I just put pip install and it was working. Torch was working. Like I
You have not
used some.
created. Okay. Do want to create an environment. That's why I say create an environment. Install that everything you want to have. Uninstall the torch directly from the base where you have installed it. Okay. Uninstall everything that you have installed yesterday from the base. What you do? You do it in an environment. Everything you install in a particular environment and try it out from there itself.
Okay, sir. I'll try.
Sometimes if you okay, try it out. What's happening?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I tried the net with SGD optimizer, but the accuracy is not at all increasing. Like it is stuck at a point from the beginning itself.
Okay, it might happen. Like if you use momentum, then use momentum SGD. Here initial course the momentum is not there. You can try momentum. You can try printer learning it.
Sir, I tried momentum, like taking value as 0.9. In that thing only, I'm getting like constant values.
What is the constant value? What at what particular like the
It is
training?
from the first training step itself, it is showing 9.3.
9.93%.
9.93. Training accuracy has been like stuck at there from the
How
first
much it is?
9.93.
9.9. 9.9 is 99%.
No, sir. I think 9.9 is 9.9%.
9.9, 9.9 only. So you have used not.
Sir, can I share my screen?
Yeah, share.
Sir, but I don't have the option to share.
Oh, what's your name?
Jayachal.
Can you raise your hand?
Okay, sir.
Apart from that, other Yogesh, Hitesh, do you want to have you want to have your doubt anything? Still
Yes,
say.
sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Hitesh.
I have my doubt, sir. Sir, like
Yeah.
while I'm able to, I was trying to run my GPU, I am getting an error, runtime error that GPU is out of memory, and I have added it already. So it is saying that this much amount, we have 4 GB of memory available, and this much 2 points something is already allocated to PyTorch, and free memory is 0 bytes. The answers that I'm getting on Stack Overflow, they are showing that they have something left in their free memory, like 1.3 GB, and they are changing their batch size, so they are able to able to run it. But in my case, it is already showing 0 bytes as a free memory, so even changing that batch size is not helping out.
Yes, so same issue, sir. Same issue.
And
Okay, then
I
you.
tried.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Yeah,
I
Hitesh, go.
I tried using that search method of not using GPU and running on CPU. On CPU, sir, it is taking a very lot of time. I was able to run only about 25 epochs, and then in about 15-20 minutes.
Okay, it might take some time in CPU. That's the true thing. Then you can play with the hyperparameters and check it out because it's only issue of your GPU. It has been not been loaded. This tutorial is to acquainted you with the not with the GPU or how to use a GPU. How can you can use a CPU? How you can define a model? How you can define your the loss functions, optimizers. That thing to get acquainted with this. This is the purpose of the tutorial. So it's beyond that particular thing. If you tomorrow, obviously, when you are going to do a project, this particular data set will not, like the size of data set is quite small. You will have to move to GPU. That's a different thing. But how to write a code in deep learning is the whole part of this particular tutorial. Okay. Talk it out how to resolve this issue of your GPU, if anything. But yeah, still the codes are running. That's fine. Okay. It is.
Sir, I'm raising hands.
Excuse me.
Yes. Can I go one by one? Okay. Let me go with initially, so like too many people said yes, so let me go one by one. Somyodip, do you have any doubt? Okay, then lower your. I'm lowering your hand. Yogesh Shaula, any doubt? Okay. Ravi Jatin, hi.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I was
Jatin.
also having same GPU issue, sir.
CPU, without GPU, your codes are running, right, Ravi?
Sir, I like haven't tried yet, but I will try and
try it out. If without GPU, if only because of the GPU, then as I said, this tutorial knows to acquainted with the GPU or not. If your system is not acquainted with that, try it out in other things. Okay. Like if any case of doubt how to write a deep learning code, that will try it out.
Okay.
Jai Chandra?
Yes, sir. I want to share the screen. Like I
Yeah, sure.
changed
Oh,
the-
yeah, sure. Jai Chandra, you can, I think so, share your screen. Right? Okay. Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah. Can I go one by one if you don't mind? Like Jai Chandra, then come back to you. Just raise your hand. I will ask your order. What's the error that you are getting, Jai? Yeah. For HGD, if you are using, then your training loss, okay, go down, is stagnant. Training loss is fine. Training accuracy is 9.93. Okay, go to a training accuracy where you're printing the training accuracy, the particular printf statement. Printf statement of training accuracy. No, this is in the upper. Yeah. Just see me the whole. Just move it down the block to the right side. No. That is fine. That is fine. In the printf epoch, something is there. Go. Epoch training loss, training accuracy to epoch. Num epochs. Epoch loss, training accuracy. You are using 100. So these things are not getting using the SGD. On SGD, you are getting that above that 90 something plus, right? Oh, sorry, Adam. Hello, Jay.
Yes, sir. It is showing 90. It's 9%, not even 90%.
Yeah, it is 9% only. You're true. Why using the Adam? Is it above 90?
It was 99, I guess, 99%.
So we can see a slightly move after 42 epochs. You
Yes,
can
sir.
see after 42 epochs is increasing. It might increase, but this is strange trend. Actually, MNIST is quite small. So within 10 epochs only, it get to 90 plus. What's the learning rate you are using on this?
Same, the one which we used for Adam, 0.01, I guess. Yeah.
0.01. Okay. This since the things are happening, it's there. It will increase eventually. Definitely, it will increase because from 10 to 20, it is getting up. It seems like it is stagnant at some local optima where it is not coming. It cannot go outside of this. It is rotating as Abhishek just showed here, right? There is one we loss a loss function, and there is a particular point we know as settle point. So that's a local minima, and we want to eventually reach that particular local minima. So it might happen that it is rotating around the local minima. It is not coming out. It's not the global minimum, but the local minima. That things are happening here. That's why it is not going up. It is staying there itself. Check the code once. Since it is try it for more number of epochs, run it for more number of epochs, check it once if it is still getting up or not. Otherwise, just message me up in with your that particular code. Run it once with more
Yes.
number of epochs. What is
Yes.
that trend? Just message me up in Teams only.
Okay, sir. We'll do that.
Yeah. Subhanda, is she?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like I have doubt in this cross entropy wala thing. Like while computing the loss, why are we taking in the outputs and the labels? We essentially have to take the predicted and the labels, right?
Predicted and the levels you need to find it out. You're passing down the just a second in the code. What's the code is there? Yeah, you are passing the inputs to the network. You are getting the outputs one. Okay. Then when you are finding the criterion, you are passing the outputs one and the labels. That's it. Labels are the original labels that are being there from the data. You are inputting in the for I in the second line itself. You have the original labels as label and output what has been predicted by the particular network. Then what is the difference? That's it.
Like output may we'll get the probabilities, right?
Yeah. Check it out what the output comes. Use a printf statement. You get down what's the thing you are getting the probability or not.
But labels are essentially the number, the digit, right?
In the whatever you are getting from the net one. In the net one, how it is defined? At the end, you are getting the log softmax x. So it is the last thing you are getting down. So it's a value between something and something. Try to do one thing. Print output one. Get it down. What's the type and get print labels also. Check it out by yourself. What's the thing? What's the difference you are getting? Still the persist. Then message me up. Still it is there. But that net one is actually what you want to pass from the particular network. So it's a log softmax you are passing. Softmax is something between 0 and 1 and passing a log out of it. So eventually the values will still remain on the particular part. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Avilash?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shall I share my screen, sir?
Yeah, sure. या कोई और रेज हैंड मत करना. You can use my chat or mail ID में यहाँ पे दे रहा हूँ. If any doubt still remains, just give me a mail. मतलब the whatever is remaining, I will answer them out.
Sir, how much time does it take to run the code? Because mine is still running since past 1 hour.
If it is CPU, it will definitely take some amount of time. If you adjust the hyperparameters that you can take, either you can use one more thing. You can use a sample. Don't use a 60,000 as a whole. Don't load the entire data set. You can use a subset of the 60,000 and try it out. The CPU, it might take some time. So the purpose is that you can try it for one epoch also. Whether you are trying to handle it for one epoch also, if you are doing that, that's fine. That means what? The purpose of the tutorial is to get acquainted, as I say.
Yes,
okay.
Sir. Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, actually, when I run the codes, it shows like.
You want to share your screen, right? Sorry.
Yeah, I couldn't share my screen.
Yeah, sorry.
Hello, sir.
Avilash, you can share your screen.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Sorry. Who's there?
Dipankar, sir. Sir, sir, we have any problem, I can contact with through mail other time.
Yeah, you can contact me through mail, but I request you essentially, first of all, go through the codes, try to debug the code from yourself. Don't get to me directly with the errors. If you want, you can test it out from the Google, search it out. Still there remains, try it 1 or 2 days, take your time, because the first time you are doing, some doubts will still remain. Try it out. Even though if the persists remain, you can use my mail ID, contact me anytime after this. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, can I leave because our class is
sure. Anything.
Okay.
The students can leave.
Okay.
Sir, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen. Yeah.
So this is the issue I'm facing, sir. I don't know why it occurs.
Fail to load Python extension. Open other Jupyter notebook.
Yes, sir. I'm on Jupyter notebook.
Yeah, just where you have some particular directory from here. You have opened this particular Jupyter notebook, right? In your downloads or something. What's there in the downloads?
This is the directory, right?
Oh, you're directly opening. Just remove this out and open a particular folder. Then open that particular file or any other Jupyter notebook.
Sorry, sir.
Close it down. Use Control C in that terminal itself. The terminal.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Wait a minute, sir.
Yeah, Control C you use and then open. Yeah, did you done it? Okay, maybe you done it.
Sir, Control C.
Till you open this, I get back to another one. What you want to do? Just open another Jupyter notebook. Yeah.
Okay.
Open it. Just simply new and open one Jupyter notebook here. Yeah. New and upload. Yeah. Jupyter. Python 3. Okay. Yeah, this is error related to your kernel itself. Try to resolve it out. Uninstall, install that thing you need to do. Okay. The installation is not being properly. That's why the error is about. Try it out. He will eventually fix it down. No issues on this.
Okay. Okay. So thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Vaibhav?
Yes, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you're audible. Yeah.
Actually, I want to ask a doubt regarding a network that we have chosen.
Linear
network.
Linear. Okay, fine.
In that, there is a function called forward function. In that, the last line is self.fc3x. Means that we are using fully connected neural network for that, and we are using acceleration function value. But in the last layer, which acceleration function we are using? Is it sigmoid?
No, we are not using anything. We are just passing whatever coming from the previous layer X. We are giving it to FC3 layer. Whatever is coming from the FC3 layer, we are passing down to log softmax, and we are getting thing. Eventually, we are getting 10 outputs when you are passing FC3X on this. FC3X is what 84 has been changed to 10. So you're getting 10 values. Now these 10 values has been passed to f.log softmax within the log values, and you will get again a 10 bunch of values. We did like one particular row log softmax. So there is no activation function applied in the last two in the sense that return and previous to X. It's just that.
Okay, sir. Is it just for reducing the size?
No reducing the size. You have to pass it down, right? Previously, you have to FC2. Till FC2, we have 120, 84. Now, what is there? For MNIST, you need 10-digit classification. So your output should be at least 10 values. So 84 has to be changed to 10. Now, previous to ReLU, where you are applying the f.ReLU self FC2X, you are applying going till to FC2. Now, your FC3 layer, you need just a one bunch of 10. So that's why you are converting the 84 into 10. That's it. No ReLU. What you are applying on this is the log softmax you are applying on that particular layer. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. And one more question, sir.
We
are actually using 3 layers. That is 3 networks actually. Network 1, network 2, network 3. Yeah. Actually, I ran down the
only one network is
the first network and it works.
Yeah, it's
actually,
like
yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, I have a doubt that when we are trying to actually executing network 2, is it that we have to change some parameter and try to do that, or whatever you have given, we have to run that only?
You can first of all run this whole code, try it out whether it's running or not. Taking time is a different thing. Whether your software is like you have seen the Jupyter notebook has not been installed properly, that errors are there. So that things, minor things, you fix it out. That is the purpose of this particular tutorial. Taking time while running is the cause of your CPU and GPU. That's it. Now, when you are trying to run this particular code, that's one thing we get something good feelings when you're trying to run the codes. Then you try to manipulate the things, try to change out if this thing I change to some optimizer, these things I change some other cross function. If I increase the number of layers, even though in the linear it might happen, this is the proper architecture we are following. If you want to increase it down, play with it around. And the concepts that has been taught in the class, whether that is matching or not. Let's say the 400 neurons you are getting from 32 or 32. Now that has been done theoretically in the class. Now when you're doing the practical using COM.2D, what things you need to pass? Channel number, kernel size, what is the padding is 0. If tomorrow, if you want to increase the size of this stride, if you want to increase it, padding you want to increase it, do you able to do that thing? And eventually the 400 will get changed to some other thing. That things you play with around. That's it.
Sir, actually my network works and my software also works fine, and I also train network 1. Since I was on the network 2, it is approximately same as network 1. There is no change.
Network 2 is nothing. You can see the network 1 is just an object of the network class. The class is remain the same, right? The definition of network 1 and network 2 is the same. So you'll get the same results only. But the thing is that in deep learning, what happens is that at the starting, initialization is the main cause. Like whenever you initialize, it might happen that someone under initialization is not happening from that particular point. That's how the delay is there to reach that global minimum. But since MD is in a very small data set, so initialization is not a cause of this. That's it. So don't use too many networks. Use only maybe some cause Abhishek has put down the network and network 2. But the thing is that you have to pass only one network if you are doing the full training itself. Okay.
Okay.
Sort of.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, sir. Actually, my error was that like I tried it the second time, the same thing was coming. Like after the epochs are getting completed, the kernel is just dying, sir.
And
I tried for some solution online. They are telling me to like reinstall, like after uninstalling, but that is also not working, sir.
Try it out for some more days. Maybe today is the one. Have you used previously this entire whole thing? Jupyter, Python in this?
Yes, sir. Like Jupyter, I have used, sir, but not PyTorch on Jupyter, sir. For PyTorch, like this is the first time I'm using, sir.
And you are using Jupyter for other things?
Yes,
things
sir, I did use it, sir.
Okay. Now, have you used any kind of deep learning libraries previously? While you are doing the training, like anything on the training aspect on Jupyter?
No, sir. For Jupyter, I haven't used it for deep learning purpose. Not as of.
Okay. There are some, see, this kind of trial and error basis sometimes works, something does not work. It's because architecture things are not working. You can try it out as they said. You can uninstall the thing, try it out again, installing back the whole process. It might happen. Second thing, as I telling, when you are, let's say, you can uninstall the packages that you have installed previously on the previous day. Make one other environment. In the environment, install all the packages you want to install, uninstall the packages. Try it out that thing. Even though if both things are not happening, and you can install that np.jump. I'm pasting out in the chat. Just a second. Ravi, do you want to answer this? Okay, I'm pasting out something in the chat. Okay.
Am I audible?
Yeah, Ravi.
Yeah, so just install from your Conda environment. I mean, uninstall your Jupyter Notebook, and from Conda environment, install NumPy Jupyter Notebook. There seems to be an issue with Jupyter Notebook that is causing the error. So there are a couple of people who have done that, and for some of them it was a path issue also. So after you reinstall from Conda environment, it should work fine.
Okay, so just I'm repeating it. Like I will first uninstall whatever setup I have of Anaconda, then I will use and I will reinstall it from the Conda environment, right?
Okay, don't uninstall Anaconda. So you just uninstall Jupyter Notebook, and then from or you can directly reinstall from your Conda environment NumPy Jupyter Notebook, and then try restarting your kernel. That should work fine.
Okay. Thank you. I shall do it. Thank you. Okay, sir, can I leave?
Yeah, sure. And everyone facing this issue, you can do that the same thing.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Surender? Raj? Surender, Raj?
So yeah, sir, am I audible?
Yeah, audible.
So I'm just actually getting an import error. Like I'm not able to get an import transform for database from Torch Fusion. That's what my error is. Like I'm not able to resolve it.
Just share your screen once. Can I share your screen?
Yes, I'm trying actually. Is it visible, sir?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. Okay. I'm actually able to do some like normal PyTorch using like if I use some torch and
No, your MS team is visible, not your Jupyter thing.
Okay. MS Teams is all visible, sir, not the screen.
You need to share your full screen, not a window.
Actually, I'm not able to. I mean, I'm not getting that option to show the. I'm getting option to show only the
Or just
window.
send a screenshot of your error. That should also work.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Sir, I posted the screenshot in the chat.
Looks like you did not install Torch Vision, so just check how to do it from the Torch website. You will have a single command for Torch and Torch Vision together.
Actually, I used the same command, Torch and Torch Vision. Like I have installed both in the same using the same command. I haven't done the PyTorch alone.
Okay, wait. So you have from Torch Vision command before import Torch Vision. So just
Yes.
move that import Torch Vision onto the top of from Torch Vision and it should work.
Sorry, I get you. Can you answer?
You have the import Torch Vision line over there, right? Before
Yes.
imports is. Yeah. Move that import Torch Vision before from Torch Vision. That should work. Right?
Okay.
Okay, if this query still remains, we can solve it out afterwards. Vendor, you can contact Ravi me from my chat. Yes, sir. Also, we can end the call now. Okay, Surrender.
Sir, can you please type that one? I'm not able to get it. Star Ravi Teja. Can you please type that command, please?
This is general chat, so we can follow out on the chat itself afterwards.
Okay, sir.
Ravi will give the command on the chat itself. Still that it remains, you can message him and ask about that.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. We end the call for today. Okay.